Hey everybody, welcome back to Dishin Tea with D. So today we are here. It is Thursday and I am now on Rumble. So I haven't configured everything yet. I think I pretty much got the Patreon down kind of thing. So hopefully that's coming together because pretty soon YouTube it's only gonna probably I'm probably gonna put a few videos up, but you probably won't get the all my videos. Or eventually you probably could catch a live, and then I'll probably just put them on private after maybe like a month or so, so that way you know you only have access you're only going to have access to the more recent ones. So if you are wanting access to some of the older lives and things like that, you would need to go over to the Patreon and um, probably even Rumble as well. I don't know what Rumble's really like, so we're just kind of testing the waters over there. So if you are Rumble and you just want to stop by and give me a shout out, say hi. Um, and say hi, then we will be there. So just messing around. So as of yesterday, like I was telling you guys before, um, I was definitely kind of I started the project. Remember I was telling you my son had like this parade to do for school and things like that, amongst other things I got to do for all my other kids. I know I also have paperwork to do like for school wise for him to fill out for him. And then I also have like paper a letter that since next the next couple of weeks are going to be like star testing for the kids and stuff like that. We have to write like an encouraging letter to our kids, that way they can open it like I guess on testing day. I don't know. So I got that to do. I got other paperwork to do that I gotta just take care of, as well as sorry, I'm pulling out one of these little Apple things for my for my pocket. I had to like sneak them in because every time I get something, my baby wants something. I'm like, dude, you just had like a. I make him breakfast, and I'm like I'll pick off of like little things as I'm taste testing to make sure everything's cooked, and then I give it to him, and then I don't get to like sit down and make me a plate and eat. So I'm like, dude, like I'm just snacking all day. You get a meal, I don't. So and then not including I did registration for my other little one for school. So it's like now I got to figure out a way to get down there and turn in all the paperwork, so hopefully he gets a spot and gets to go, because then that way next school year all the kids will be gone and I'll be so free. I won't even know what to do with my time besides clean all day and fuss. But that'll give me time to work on my other stuff like back. I haven't been able to make t-shirts all that much, but I'm gonna get back into making those as well. So I gotta do Dishin Tea with D shirts. So you know, gotta get my merchandise going. So again, so like I said, so I have a bunch of things coming up, but I am in the process of working on that project. Remember, I just started yet. Well, I think I was telling you about it. Yeah, I think it was just yesterday where I was telling you, or the other day. It was like I think it was Monday where I said I had to like do this float thing and whatnot. So Tuesday I got all the stuff together and stuff like that. So yesterday was like my officially first day of really working on it, because Tuesday was just kind of like brainstorming and making sure I go to the store and have all the supplies. Of course, that never works out, right? Oh, so anywho, why don't these things ever stand up? Like even when they're full, they don't stand up. Okay, so I just kind of want to show you a little bit of what I have. So then, therefore, I'm showing my husband kind of like what I've done so far. Kind of got stuck there, didn't you? Um, good lord, this is some solid paint. Okay, I kind of like that paint. So anyway, So I had these little egg-shaped wooden pieces. I don't know if you can see them. Maybe if I put it towards the camera. So all I did was just paint them a little silvery white with blue on top to make them a little colorful. Just eggs. They're all different sizes. Why not? That's why if you see my fingers, they still have paint on them. I tried scrubbing, like literally, they were all on these fingertips. I caked because I was only holding them like this. I wasn't trying to get them all on my hands, which never works. So I did a few of those, and it looks like some of these kind of got stuck to the plate. I think I overdid the paint, but whoopsies. That's okay. So I'm hoping that this is going through all my lives and it is not messing up because I'm just gonna have to do it like that. I'm not gonna be able to get on like my platform, which is probably why, you know what? This is probably why people are on laptops and phones, right? So they're not using all. Let me just check, right? Okay, she's right. So let's see. Yay, it's working. Okay, so I think that's what just I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to start using my phone to go on other platforms. Okay. So anyway, so and then this is a cute little baby. So anyway, I was showing my husband these things and I'm like, I painted them, look, because I figured if I do like the white in the background and then the blue on top, not very heavy, but you can still kind of see the white coming through. And it's actually called metallics white, which is more like a silvery white, kind of like you don't know if it's silver or if it's white kind of thing. So but like see kind of like how this one is. So if you hold it at like a different angle, you can kind of see like where the white kind of shines through underneath. Then he was just like, well, dino eggs sometimes have spots on them. Like, homie, don't you think I realized that already? I thought of that because I really did. I wanted to really decorate these as eggs as best to the ability and put dots, little dots on them. But then I'm like, now I'm just wasting one time because now I got to go in and I have like, what is this, about 12 of them done. And I probably need, I don't even know how many I need. I just made just a handful, like, grabbed a handful and started painting them. And hopefully I'll come up with the idea of how to separate them later, like three here, three there, two there, one there. I don't know, lost a little egg. But then you want to come in, like, don't you know I wanted to put dots on my eggs? Like, I don't, then to do different paint, like, and then take the time and then wash out. Nope, 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 not doing it. I only have 2 days to get this done. This needs to be done by tonight. Tonight, because it needs to be turned in tomorrow morning. I need to go take it down tomorrow morning because the parade is literally at 8:30 in the morning. So, yes. I was like, dude, homie, and you're just sitting there on the bed because he had the day off, and I was like, can you at least help cut something? Can you grab a pair of scissors and start cutting? Because geez Louise, my hands are like hurt. They were red, and they were like itchy because I guess from all the rubbing of the scissors, I just do this and like I feel the pain still. Um, and I still got more cutting to do. So, anywho, I mean, not bad because I went to the Dollar Tree and got a lot of stuff like this little, those little poster, what do you call them? Those trifold. I just cut them up and I was using them as the background. I'll show you here in a little bit. I was like, because I needed cardboard, but some cardboard is just way too thick for me to cut, and I was like, okay, I know that's kind of thin, so I mean, still thick enough to give it some like 3D pop out motion, but not so thick to where I couldn't have like a box, like a cardboard box where they're so thick and heavy because they're made to carry things, obviously. So let me show you. So let me show you guys a little bit of what I've done. I spent most of the day yesterday working on this. Um, because actually I think I didn't start yesterday. I think I started the night before and I kind of attempted it and then like he got in trouble or something like that. And I was like, I'm not gonna waste all my time on this. I'm gonna make it he's still gonna look cute. He's still gonna be, you know, have a nice float. But I'm not gonna go all out over somebody who's driving me bonkers. So, anywho, so what I did is like the little pictures I printed out. I just poster board that I got. I just glued them on there and cut them out in a shape. And then I added we had a package that came in not too long ago, and we had a package that came in not too long ago, and it had foam like like pieces to keep it like kind of like like the microwaves and stuff. They have those big old foams to keep it all nice and tight and stuff like that. So I had them. So what I did is I started cutting little pieces and added glued them to the back of these. So that way, when I glued them onto the to his float, they kind of like pop out like 3D. I only did a couple. I didn't do a whole bunch because one, he's not a very big kid, so he's a tiny. Actually, I think the box I have is still kind of big. It's so like he's just like, what is this? And it's in a tiny box. I'm like, I have no room to put all the. I wanted to put like pterodactyls and a trice. I think I do have a tricer, but like other animals, and I was like, there's just no room. And then with these eggs and stuff. So technically, what I did is like there is a T-Rex this, so I basically popped out the T-Rex in one of my programs or whatever and just did the head, so it looks like now he looks like he's popping out of the scene, and like you can't see his body, like he's like kind of hiding there like rawr, he's gonna get you kind of thing. And then this is gonna go on the float as well, so it's gonna be like pop out, triple pop out. And then I still got some more of that foam, so I'm gonna cut out like construction paper like with green for the grass, and I'm gonna put it on the board as well, so that way I can make it sturdy. And then that's why I kind of glued everything onto the because I wanted everything sturdy and be like where it's not plunk kerplunk. So let's see, let me show you my little my little triceratops. See, little triceratops. And then I do have, I don't know where it went though. Huh. I'll make sure I don't lose it. Oh, whew, I thought I lost it because I didn't know I was going to have to reprint out a whole another one and cut it all out again. But no, because I had to like print it out, cut out each individual part and trace it on here. Like the teeth, I actually hand drew these in. Some of these spots I hand drew in. And I am not an artist. I had to hand draw some of these in, like to go. I did the best that I could. So now I got to go in and paint, like just hand paint it. And all I'm going to do is just cut the big old outline of it. And then it's going to go on this big old wreath that I'm making for him. This wreath right here. So it's going to go on this like as a big old centerpiece label. And then this will all go on the box. So the box I already spray painted black. I added some of that look house with those little metallic white, whatever, basically silver white with silver glitter basically. And so it makes it look like. So I just did the scene all around. So eventually those pictures will go on here now, whether it blocks the scene or not. At least it adds the detail in the background. And like I said, I'm gonna do like the cardboard and the pop out of grass right here, and then I'll just add the animals and the decorations and then the string, and then he'll wear it. So basically, pretty much the most of the hard part is done. I just got to finish up that wreath that I didn't get to do yesterday, and my husband wouldn't have, because technically yesterday I wanted it to be sandwich day. I don't know if y'all remember me telling you that on yesterday's pod, but um, I wanted it to be sandwich night because I didn't want it to dirty the kitchen at all, except for if it was something simple, like I made my baby popcorn for a snack. But that's like one pot, rinse out, put back in the, put away to dry. Um, but he wanted to make hot dogs. So as soon as he started the hot dogs, like I was in the middle of making that wreath thing. So I was about like halfway through it, like on my third little section of it. So I think there's like 8 sections to it. So I was about, almost to the halfway mark, and then he decides to like, hey, like when I go, I'm gonna go pick up the kids in here in a little bit. I was like, okay. So he started the hot dogs. We're gonna go pick up the kids. He came, and by then I was already a little further along. And then he goes, well, I'm gonna go to the store real quick, and because I gotta go pick up some energy drinks for the week, whatever, whatever. And because he was off the last 2 days, and of course he decided to do everything yesterday. He so I'm like, well, you have the food on, like, and it's only three. Okay. Sorry, guys. Sorry. They're fixing the apartment, not fixing, but the people next door moved, so they're kind of like cleaning it up, fixing it up, whatever, remodeling for the new people, and so they keep coming. They're walking by, and my dogs are kind of like, they're strangers, so they're gonna bark, and it's like, okay, after a while, it's kind of annoying, but at the same time, it's a good thing. So I try not to get too upset when they do it, but I'm just like, okay, like they walked by 5 times already, like they're good. Um, but anywho, so yeah, now I got to go in and paint all these. So yes, if they say he helped, I'll just tell him to put on some stickers and he helped. But um, yeah. So like I said, I'm just gonna start finishing up my. What I'm gonna do is first just finish up the wreath. That way, that's completed. At least that's done. Um, the other and start the grass. Once the grass and everything's done, I could put everything up, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is the main wreath picture part, painting it, and then cutting it out and gluing it on here, which technically it should be the first because I technically need the paint to dry by before the end of the day so I can cut it out and paste it on tonight. But um that's not the way my mind works. I need to get everything done. That way, the last thing is the main focus point. Now, if I gotta work through the night, I will. I'll be here with you guys at like midnight if I have to. And you'll see me painting. And if I gotta pull out my blow dryer to blow it dry, I will do that. Um, it's been a while since I had to do these types of projects. Like I said, I used to do them all the time when my older kids were younger and I had the time and I didn't have so many kids. It just makes it so much easier and more when you're allowed when you have the funds to spend more money, because technically it would have probably been easier if I would have just bought dinosaurs and made them like a technical float like I normally do, for him to pull. And but that's more costly. Like the easier stuff is a little bit more costly, so I have to like come up with, and a lot of the stuff I already had lying around too. Not that I'm saying it's not costly, like yarn can get expensive if you need a lot of it, and if you need a lot of it and you're not and you're selling your pieces, you're not profiting off of it. So I mean, like I said, it can be, dang it, I went the wrong way. um so it all depends. So right now I'm just going to start working on that. And then if my child doesn't get into trouble out there by himself, I'm not saying that he will, but I do trust him a little bit more than I do trust my other kids. And if he does something wrong, he'll come and tell me, which therefore is the trust part. So I'm just gonna finish, and this is what I did all. It's just like one thing at a time. I had other ways until I change up. Every time my hand starts to cramp, or once I lose feeling in my hand, if it starts tingling. That's kind of why I kind of want to start with this, because if I want to take a break, I can now, and do other things. But I'm pretty much almost done. So hopefully my hand will kind of just hang in there for this last little section. And because if you can see, I only really have this much to go. This is the end of it. And I wrapped it all. And of course, like I said, I redid using these ones were broken, but I kind of had to fix it. And you stop doing that because then these are going to start coming off. And I don't want that to happen. But yeah, I kind of had to like make my own little way, but I figured that part could be at the bottom where nobody sees anyway, and it'd be covered by the sign, and that part would be the top. And it's all bent, but it was either that or use a really big one, and I'm like, that box is already too big for him, and this is bigger than the box. Like, as you can tell, it's already bigger than the box, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way, like, it's gonna go pretty much like that. That's gonna be like the front part, and of course I have this box upside down, but just get with me. And if my dog barks one more time, I think we're having dog for dinner. Don't worry, I don't mean that because, I'm not Trump. I don't eat dogs. I don't know if he does either. It's just, I'm just being stupid now. Don't to go out and tell him that he eats dogs, for crying out loud. Like, oh, there's somebody in Dishin Tea said Donald Trump eat dogs. Like, no, homie, my baby got something. I hear something. So, let me know if anybody, ever had to do any kind of fiesta float for their kids and how they did it, and was it cost effective and cost friendly, and was it not, but was it easy to make? What was the difficulties? Please share your ideas and your things, because actually, like I said, this wasn't my first one. Like, one time my daughter was a clown. I did big away. She was bigger than him. But she wasn't fat or anything, but she was pretty stock. She was big bone built, and so she fit her size and everything. So, but she had like her box, and I did it blue, and it had like rainbows and clouds. It was done in felt, not in spray paint like this one. It was done in felt, and I glued all the felt on and all the little pieces on, and then the little buttons, because it was a clown car. So then we had the rainbow suspenders, and she had the rainbow socks. She dressed up. She had the hat on. It was so cute. I have a picture somewhere. I didn't think about digging it up for the live, but I should have. But I don't want people to be like, she's doxing her own kids. I don't know how you can dox your own kids, but anywho, I try to keep. Oh, great! Not that site's getting undone. I try to keep my kids off the screen as much as possible, but I don't mind putting them on because, like I said, they're kids. They're innocent. They don't know what's going on. My babies are my babies. So I mean, if adults think otherwise, think bad about kids or wait things to do for kids, that's because that's what they're doing and they're evil. You gotta think like a criminal in order to be a criminal. But sometimes I have to think like a criminal just to be like, it's this I have to protect myself, because even though you don't think about it because you're not a criminal, it's just like, man, these criminals come up with crazy things. And so, yep. So this kind of took, I would say, the whole thing I started maybe around 1 o'clock ish. It took about maybe, I would say, a total of 4 hours. I would just say an average of total of 4 hours because I'm not completely done. So, and yesterday it took me a while, so it shouldn't take me as long as yesterday. So I am putting most of the time. I would just say most of my time was in yesterday, about 2 to 3 hours, and then whatever I do today, probably another hour today. It shouldn't take me that long because I got really far yesterday when I was trying to time it. So, anywho, and then I also got my little glue gun so that way I can go back and make sure because I use the I see. Do I still have it out? Yes, I do. This kind of bottle glue, the Scholastic glue. I have like a whole. I got glue sticks, regular white glue bottles, and then like a bunch of these, and that's what I use the glue to glue the foam and everything, all the little pictures to the back pieces and everything, and the pictures to the cardboard. I use this. I just use a sponge paintbrush, and just basically sponged on some glue and pasted on there. And especially like the paper, I made it as smooth and evenly. So, I mean, I try not to have it crunch up. You know how if you would have used normal glue, it would have like left the wrinkles. I try to do it as smooth as possible. So I wouldn't do all that. So yeah, I have a lot. That's what I'm saying. I have a lot of things that are stored away that I collected over the years, and and it comes in handy when you buy them in bulk, especially when they're on sale. Like I think 1 year, and it was a long time ago before the COVID and stuff hit. This is when they used to do all the back to school sales, and I'm talking about real back to school sales, and they had like bunch of like the notebooks, the spiral notebooks for like pennies, and I'm talking about some of them were the thick 5-star ones that they're still like 70 pages or whatever, but the cover on it was like the thick plastic. So there were and then they were pretty colors on top of that. No, I think they were bigger than the average 70 page, but anywho, they were nice. And then of course easy cut out and stuff like that. Of course, it's 5 stars, so their perforated pages were really easy to pull out. But and they were nice. I No, baby, stay here, baby. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. I left to go see what that was, and I come back with the cookie. Well, anyway, so excuse me. So, like I said, I don't really got much to do, but I will start soon, and I'll probably be on later. But anyway, but yeah, like I was saying, those spirals, they were really nice. I liked them. They were really good for especially like college students who's got to travel back and forth. Maybe even high school kids who are kind of, you know, not safe with their stuff. But they were cheap. They were for $1 when they're normal like two something, $3. And I'm like, I'll take that. Like when I can save 50% off on a spiral, even though it may not seem like a lot, but when you buy like the whole box full, like 20 of them, that adds up. That's dollar for every two of them. You buy like 20 of them, you're at least saving $10 if not more on each set. But anyway, I'll take that. Um Colors, when the colors will go on sale, and I'm talking about the Crayola ones, not the HEB brand ones, because those you used to get for like 50 cents, 25 cents. I think they kind of still are, if they haven't gone up to 75 cents yet. Um but I'll go to the 99-cent store and buy 24, set of Crayolas now for a dollar, dollar 25. It's not even a 99-cent store, it's the Dollar Tree. They have them there. um I got some scissors, as long as they're somewhat name brand, like Jot or what's the other one? Gosh, I'm drawing a blank, but you know which one I'm talking about. For cheaper than what they really are, then I'm all about saving money, because Lord Jesus, these times nowadays, you got to save some money, especially with the amount of kids. You can't have no more than one or two kids in order to survive in this world nowadays. Like they don't want you to have a family. They don't want you to create unless you have money, and then only the rich create. Just saying. Why do you think they made the healthy food expensive? Because only the rich can afford the healthy. And this dog is really pissing me off right now. Um, Sorry for the language, but it kind of is. And my son over there playing some loud ass tablet music. I want to hear the potty song. Now that I want to hear the potty song, he don't want to play the potty song. I want to hear the potty song. Now that I want to hear the potty song, he don't want to play the potty song. Potty, 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 potty. I'm gonna bring that up. So I think I'm gonna kind of give you a heads up. Like I said, I know y'all been waiting for the Whitney Houston. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna start working on the videos as well. Not including not including y'all got I gotta start working on my other videos as well, and I gotta figure out how to get sport, like nothing but sports, because I need to start my sports channel as well. So, and actually, I was just gonna do softball and stuff, but I think I'm kind of gonna spread it out to like football and basketball and stuff like that. Now, I probably won't do a lot of those. I'll probably stick to more of the softball and stuff, but I will commentate, or I will, I guess that's commentating, whatever. I will put my opinions on other things like volleyball and things like that. So, I mean, I do like watching them as well. But see, I'm kind of closing the gap as I'm sitting here talking to you guys. Again, if y'all guys have any ideas that would have made this any easier, or maybe it was just my idea was just too grand, because technically this was like my fourth or fifth idea to come up with, because I had so many ideas running through my head, and then my husband was like, well, what do we do this, what if I buy you this? And I was like, no, there's no point on spending money when we have a lot of things here that we could use. Now we just need to open our mind to like using those items. It's kind of like a Project Runway. It's like they're giving you the items, now you got to create, instead of you coming up with the creation and going and finding the items, and just going out and buying the material for them. So yeah, and I'm kind of an artsy crafty person to a certain extent. Like I could come up with some wild ideas, not create, like actually creating them and projecting them out in real life. That may be a different story, although sometimes they do come out pretty cool. Like I did like the Christmas, like a Christmas contest store. I did Polar Express where my train was 3D. Like, so like I can come up with some good ideas, and if I have the time and the funds, I can create some crazy things, but nope. I'm only gonna do what I'm allowed to do, or what I'm capable of, or what I'm given. And trust me, it's not very lots. It's not a lot. So I'm just glad that I was able to get back on Facebook because I couldn't figure that out before. I was able to get on once, and then after that I couldn't figure it out. I was like, how did I do it the first time? And now I'm confused because the string is getting too loose for me. See, that's getting tangled up in there. Okay. And my baby likes to listen to a lot of Spanish things, but the funny thing is none of us here speak Spanish. I know my parents somewhat do, but usually they speak English to me because that's what I speak. And I don't know how he came up with that. And he does. He listens to a lot of it. And I don't know why he changes the tablets to a different language. And I'm like, how can you read this? Like I can't even I know. It's bad, but it is what it is. It's already too late. Like maybe if I marry a Spanish speaking person, then yeah, but and maybe I'll learn it. But other than that, no. I don't even think I would even meet a Spanish speaking person. No, not, not, that sounded so wrong. That was so wrong. I'm sorry, guys. That's not what I meant. I mean, I'll speak people who are Spanish. Don't get me wrong. Especially the elderly. They're so funny and cute. But, um, uh, so what has been going on? Like, have anybody seen what's been going on the YouTube streets lately? Like, this is crazy. Yes, it is crazy. This is kind of why I'm kind of moving over to Patreon and stuff because it seemed like right as soon as I get on YouTube, like shit hits the fan. And I'm like, damn, like, why can I never get mine in? Why is it like right when I try to catch on to the trend, like, it tends to go away? But so anyway, like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna continue working on the Whitney Houston stuff, but there's also another video I do want to do um, that I feel. I mean, I'm not saying that Whitney Houston is important. That I feel like, as far as for the locals here, I think it will really definitely um, it would definitely be a resource for them. A good video or documentary or whatever you want to call it. Um, I would say I guess it would be kind of like a documentary, but um, God, these little things are getting on my nerves. They keep getting hooked onto my yarn. There goes the dog again. But yeah, the hell? How did I get stuck like that? Oh, but see, as you can tell, I'm pretty much almost done with that other section. Um, I just got one more little section, and by then my hand will probably be hurting, which now I don't care because. But that shit was annoying. Like that shit felt like my hand was going to sleep. Like there was no circulation going through it whatsoever. Now I guess I could have like not been too anal about it and stopped moving it over to where it was tight. And as long as it was filled, and like, this is only like for maybe like a 10-minute freaking parade that I just spent all this time on. But like I said, my babies are worth it. And I only have one more to start school, and then after that, they'll all be in school. Um, Believe it or not, my third baby is already going to be in like fifth grade soon. So he's going to be in middle school soon. So they're growing up. So sooner or later, they will all be on their own. I said sooner or later, probably more than later than sooner. But actually, no, I'm surprised that my daughter is on her own because she was very codependent on my parents. They did a lot of things for her, cater to her, and she had to change a lot of her ways. And I think that was probably the best way for her to learn, which was to kind of, God dang it. Because I think that was the only way I was gonna learn to, was just throw me out into the wolves. I think no matter how well, how much you told me, why is this? Oh shit! God dang it! This part is already coming out, and it's irritating me. See, and just make me cut it off. I got 3 more rows of it. I wonder if I have a rubber. I should have a rubber band around here somewhere. Which is probably why they usually, when they buy yarn, the first thing they do is roll it up into a ball. But I don't, because I don't work with yarn that much unless I have to. Okay, where's the end of this shit? Because it keeps getting pulled, and it's just pulling out more and more and more and more and more and more. So let's just find the root of the problem, or just wrap it back up. I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay. Maybe that will help. And then the yesterday we went to Starbucks. This was a funny thing. Funny story of the day, right? We go to Starbucks, and because we went to go get the supplies, we went to Dollar Tree, and you're probably thinking like, okay, you can't afford a pair of scissors, but you can go to Dollar. Like, no, you can go to Starbucks. Like, no, this is why I go to Dollar Tree, so I can say, so I could still afford some of these extra expense. Not, they're not even expenses. Some of those luxuries, because we don't get them all the time. We don't go and spend $5 on a little coffee all the time. It's like we're already out. We've been there like 3 or 4 times, and every time we say next time, next time, next time, next time was eventually going to come around. I figured that would have been a good time. I got like a whole bunch of stuff for like $20. I'm good. Let's go and spend some money, you know, on some stuff that we really want. Not the stuff that we need, but on stuff that we want. Um, So we go and we spend. So I tell him, and even at that, I'm still budgeting. Like, so I tell him we can get one big drink, like those refreshers, because they have the fourth size instead of just the grande, the vent. What is it? The grande, the tall, and the venti. They also have the God, what is it called? Now I can't even think of it. But anywho, we could have shared one of those. Or we can get two of the grandes, those very small ones, and we can get our own separate drinks. You can get a coffee, you can get a refresher, you can get whatever you want. So he was like, I don't want to share with you. I want to get my own drink. I don't want the same thing as you. And then so I'm like, okay, well then you're gonna have to get a small. And he goes, okay, well give me a small, whatever that refresher she was saying. I'm like, dude, if you wanted the same thing that I was gonna have, like we could have gone the big one and just shared it. I think the whole point is you didn't want to share, but like, do you want a coffee or do you really want a refresher? And he goes, no, I'll just take a coffee then if I can get my own. I go, yeah, but it's going to be the small, like I said. I was like, did you not listen to anything? I explained the situation before we went in. So that way, when we get to the counter, we already have our mind made up of what we're going to do. Not even what we're going to get, at least what we're going to do. So that way, if you don't know what you're going to get, if we know what we're going to do and you need to figure out what you need to get, when we get to the counter, just be like, hold on, let me figure out what I need to get. But Lord Jesus, don't come up with all this. Like I'm like, dude, and then the poor cashier was just there, and I'm glad that they hire like friendly people because, and I see that he was there with this big old grin on his face, like yeah, go ahead, laugh at us. I know we being funny right now, but because this is I'm laughing too, because man, like this is what I got to work with here, people. Like deal with me, like deal with it, but. I was like, this dude, man. I was like, work with me, dude. Work with me. I'm trying to see. Yeah, I was gonna get you your own drink, but it may not be the big size. Come on, I'm trying to still say I saved money, but that doesn't mean I want to go broke over Starbucks. I saved the money so we could spend that extra little $5 on the Starbucks because that's why we came to the dollar store. Now we could have gone to Walmart and paid Walmart prices or HEB prices for this stuff. We could have been paying $2 or $3 for a trifold cardboard thing that we could have probably gotten from the trash at work. Like, made your own. Anywho, I wouldn't do that though. I don't go unless it's like really for a project, dirty project, like to go and paint on, like spray paint. Like I need something to put my project on so I could spray paint my project and not get the ground dirty. Then that will be my go-to thing. But I don't go for trash for boxes unless I have to. Just go buy a new one. Even if I have to, sometimes I'm just like, just buy it. It's $1, right? That's what I used was the back of that. I used the white side for my paints and my good stuff, and the back side I used it to when I spray painted the box, so I wouldn't get it on the ground. And I think the apartment people were very pleased with me for doing that. you know, but so this is kind of what I do. I made my baby bacon and toast this morning. Now, after I'm done with this, I'm probably going to go wash those dishes because, like I said, I think since we didn't have sandwiches yesterday, it's probably going to be a sandwich night because I haven't pulled out no meat from the freezer, even though I saw it. I thought about it earlier. I looked in there and I was like, sandwich night because I got to really finish this project. And now that he's not here to distract me to say, oh, well, that can wait. Like, no, I got to be done by Friday for this. Like, the hot dogs could have waited until I was done an hour later finishing this, and and hot dogs take like what 15 minutes to boil, if that, 20 max. I wasn't going to dirty another pan for chili, so we weren't having chili dogs. It was ketchup and cheese, homie. Hot dogs and chips. Let's go, let's get it together. But that could have waited. You started, and then you wanted to make the hot dogs. I still wanted to do sandwiches, which still could have waited to the very last minute because how long does it take to make a sandwich? Meat and cheese, because my kids are picky as hell. So, yeah. Now, whoever does this for a living don't get paid enough because I sure don't get paid enough to do this. But Let me just kind of show you how long. See, in about less than 50 minutes, because I know I didn't start this as soon as the live was on. This probably to me maybe about 30 minutes to do. And I'm already almost done, and I had like a half a section, and this is the whole other section. So I still had like a whole section and a half to do. I think this is a 9-inch diameter wreath, if I'm not mistaken. So, and the only thing too is at this spot here, it is kind of obviously I'm in a closet, so it is a tight squeeze. And you know what? I'd rather be in the closet than my kids because my husband was like, we could put beds up in there because it's kind of big. Like it's big, but if I was to take out all these clothes, it goes, the clothes is like the deepness of the thing. So obviously, if I was to take out the clothes, I would have more room behind me and be able to put my stuff. With some clothes right now. But and I have these vacuum sealed bags where I can go put my jackets and stuff away since it's no longer winter. So I probably won't need them. I'll probably keep like my rain jacket out and a few sweaters out just in case if it does get cold. If anything, one major jacket, but I don't need like 20 jackets and things hanging in my way right now. Actually, that will probably clear up some of this closet mess. Um, yeah, and the other thing is right now we don't have dressers because we left all our dressers there. I wanted to start fresh and I just haven't with everything. Obviously, y'all know with everything that's been going on, I haven't even had time to look, like go online and start shopping for them, let alone. But I think I'm just probably gonna go to the Container Store. They have some cute little not cute little shelves, but they're little stackable cheap shelves. Um, I mean they're not cheap, but you know what I mean. They're like Rubbermaid kind of brand or whatever and whatnot, but they're thicker than the other plastic ones that you buy from Walmart and as storage containers and stuff. So you can tell I keep hitting my head on the table because I'm so close to the table. That's why I wish I was back here so I can. Uh, Maybe if I turn this way. See what happens when you don't have the proper space and you're on a budget all the time and you gotta sacrifice and like when they screw you over, like this is how you gotta live. Like don't worry, I'm gonna do actually that was another segment, the Whitney Houston, what I was talking about earlier. See, I get so tracked, so every now and then y'all gotta put me back into the conversation that I'm having because I'm gonna do a video on the apartments that I used to live at, and I probably would do the ones before I lived before that as well because they were just as bad. I might just go around and see if I can find anybody who wants to comment and on my video or anything like that who wants to be in it. I don't have the funds to really pay them, but they just want to kind of do like a little interview, whatnot. It'll be cool, but if not, I'm just gonna use my own documentations, my own evidence, and my own research to find this information and do it from there, and maybe even start a little segment about apartments in San Antonio and how they treat their tenants, how tenants are really treated. Um, because here in San Antonio they don't care. Like they're like, did you pay rent? 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 It's like, why do I gotta pay rent in order to be in a livable habitat environment? Like, doesn't humans require basic necessity like hot water? Like we didn't even have hot water to kill the germs, things like that. So it's just crazy. And then we'll go over the reviews and then we'll go and show you how they they trick people with the reviews. So the reviews are not even reliable anymore because now they got fake reviews going up. So they're not and they're not even paid reviews. They're just fake reviews that they're asking for and that they're getting. And then how to spot those fake reviews. So yeah, see, almost there, guys, almost there. So not too bad. It's already 11 o'clock. I wanted to be done by like 3 or 2, but it's okay if I'm not. Um, I don't know. We could do like sandwiches and French fries. And I was supposed to make them popcorn for a snack anyway. Maybe I'll just make them chili cheese fries with some meat. Cause I have carnitas, but I was supposed to do that this morning. I need to start that early, and then my boys really like them, so I have to like make like 2 or 3 pots full, cause I don't like cooking them all in one pot. Although I probably can if I really wanted to, but I don't think you're supposed to. And I'm just doing that just to make sure it's all like really tight. There's no, you know what I mean. But I mean, technically, when I do that, I just got to do more rounds. But see, like once you find a rhythm, it's easy to go. But like these things, like so, yeah, this is kind of what I do, and hopefully the kids appreciate it. Yeah, because sometimes I wonder if they really do, but and they're lucky. I kind of, if I really had the chance, I probably would have done a second layer just to be on the safe side, but yeah, not going to happen. See, he keeps getting caught. So you just get a rhythm going. I guess now that I found my little how to sit, and trust me, this is not easy on the back of how I'm sitting. I'm sitting like a little S right now. And not hard on, not easy on the fingers either. Oops. Oop. Sorry, didn't mean to smack Mike. I didn't mean it. And then I was like, I didn't mean to smack that. So, anywho, and if y'all are ever wondering how I haven't lost my mind yet, it is thanks to mindfulness. If you go to my link space page, it'll have all my pages on there from my Patreon to YouTube to Facebook. Not, I actually now it's actually Rumble's on there as well. Um, I think TikTok, Instagram, one of those. I don't remember about which ones I have, but I have them. Um, let's see. and then even my normal um, website as well. If you want to go on there, that actually has a lot of the information too. If you are looking for the link for the mindful, that is on my YouTube channel subscription description page. You can pull all my channels there, but if you go to my link space, you can pull all that information from there. You can also go there and donate to Vivid Lifestyle. Vivid Lifestyle does sponsor a lot of these um sponsor a lot of activities here in San Antonio. So definitely we're here. What they what they do is they help heal the wound of abuse. So any individual who's going through abuse can apply. We help them with any type of resources, whether it's temporary housing, um, finding them food, what things like that. We'll help them out in any way we can. We are actually needing funding. We have people who are needing assistance, and we just don't have enough funding to assist them. So please donate to Vivid Lifestyle, VVLS. You can go to the link space. um, I need to start putting my link space in the description for everybody, because I think that automatically transfers over to everything except for like Patreon and I believe the Rumble. But I think Facebook and everything, it should transfer automatically over. So I need to start putting in the description boxes. Once I get the hang of everything, give me the first 100 videos to really start perfecting my thing, and then after that, y'all should get more um, better content, better viewing content. Um, so see, almost done, guys, almost done. So we're just gonna finish this up, and then once I'm finished this, I'm gonna let you guys go so I can start the grass. I think I should have that grass done by 12:30, and then by 12:30, 1 o'clock, I should be gluing everything on, and then I will just have left to paint and to cut out that final piece, just this final piece, the main piece, I guess, should I say. So so please, so yeah, if y'all want to share pictures, y'all want to share any kind of information on how I can make things easier. Again, a lot of this stuff I just come on. I used to do a lot of the Pinterest stuff. But like I said, eventually, if you don't do it all the time, if you don't make money, if you're not using it to make any kind of profit off of it, it can arts and crafts kind of do get expensive. But at the same time, I don't like doing it because, like I said, I'm a perfection and it just makes my anxiety level go up. But I will do it for my kids. I will do it for my kids. So, I am just finishing this last little. So I need every little, and I'm one of those like every little piece has got to be hiding. Well, not hiding, but like close to it. Okay, this is the back side. Okay. Do, 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 do. Give me some extra string, because this is going to be the hard part. It's getting this last piece. Well, it's not even hard. Like I always think something that takes more than 2 seconds is hard, but that is my perspective. No, that didn't work. He said love nuts. Okay, I'm gonna have to glue that piece and that piece down there to keep it. Hot applesauce. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, so these two adjust. Oh, hey, I didn't know that. Okay, so anyway, I am gonna be out, guys. Hopefully everybody enjoyed their little arts and craft lessons for today, for Thursday. Again, let me go ahead and just one last thing before I do let you go. Cash App again. This is to the Vivid Lifestyles. If you're wanting to donate, again, it's the money sign Vivid Lifestyles to the Cash App. And this is the link to the link space. This link also has all the information you need on it: the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Patreon, the Rumble, the every page you can find me on and watch me live. You can. It is there. Pretty soon I'm probably gonna do maybe like on weekends or maybe one day out of the week. I'll probably do maybe like a live 24-hour access to where you get a live I'll go and do a live view. I don't know if it's gonna be live. I'll just give you maybe like a 24-hour access of our lives throughout one entire day. Maybe I'll just record the entire day and then I'll go and edit, accordingly. I can't leave. Maybe I'll take out some of the cuss words or whatever. But or unless y'all want it raw, I don't know. I don't know. I know I just want to do a lot of different content for you guys so that way y'all stay interested and I don't become a boring little person that's talking about the same thing, which is her kids and her family and things like that. And we kind of just mix it up because you know what, kids and family are a good thing, but sometimes they do crazy things that remind us of other things that we can always talk about, right? And so we can we can all go and get our stories out there. So and then also I'll also have my Calendly. I know I gotta link it up to something. Maybe it was that and I did it already. I did it a different way. But anyway, you can go on there, schedule an appointment so that way we can discuss a good time and date for you to come on and just hang with me, D. And when we can just sit around and dish the tea. So definitely get on there and contact me, reach out. You can find me on Facebook, you can find me on YouTube, you can find me on other things. I will be expanding to sports as well. So definitely look out for that. It'll be coming soon as well as The Chosen. I'm gonna be doing videos of The Chosen, and then those will be broadcast as a premiere, so that way we can all share our inputs and comments, and I can join in on that conversation. Because usually during lives like this, I'm live across so many platforms that I don't have a chance to keep up with the chats, and I usually don't read them until I go back and read them. And sometimes I don't even have time to go back and read them because if you listen to my life, you already know I just don't have the time, honey buns. I don't. So, um, yeah. So definitely shoot. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Again, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Oh yeah, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Oh yeah. Get it. Get it. So don't forget, like, subscribe, and share these videos. Go to my Patreon, become a member. You'll get full access. You'll get behind the scene access. You'll get all types of access over there. Remember these videos that I do live will eventually be coming going private, and you will only be able to find them on the Patreon and things like that. I haven't, like I said, I haven't realized, don't know how Rumble works, but Give me some time. I say within the next, 2 to 3 months, I should see kind of like how it goes and how it operates and their lingo and what and how they do things. So definitely give me some time on that. But you can find me there as well. Um, so definitely, I'll see you guys later. Remember, pinkies up.